Hello everyone, this is just a few breakfast ideas for Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow. This is the completed breakfast, but if you want sections of it, then I've put annotations on screen, which you can click on to skip to that specific part. First, let's do the bacon. This is really straightforward and requires very little effort. You'll need some streaky bacon for this, and all you do is use 2 pieces of equal length bent into a heart shape. Use 2 whole lengths for larger hearts, or cut a single piece into 2 for a bite-sized heart. Then place these on a baking tray and grill. The time you cook it for really depends on whether you like your bacon just about cooked or torched to a crisp, and the size of your hearts, of course. For reference, the ones I made were with 2 pieces of bacon, and I put them in for about 15 minutes. Now that the bacon is done, we can move on to the eggs. First, cut your bread. I say cut it because the sliced bread that you get in shops is generally too thin for this to work well. Though if you don't have a sharp bread knife or simply don't know how to cut bread without crushing the shit out of it, then just buy thick cut sliced bread. Butter one side of the bread and put it into the frying pan onto a medium heat and let it toast. Then take it out, flip it over and butter the other side. Then you can cut out your heart-shaped. I find it's easier to outline the hearts with the end of a knife, but that's because I'm functionally useless at doing anything freehand. Cut out the heart shape and keep this to one side. Place the bread back into the frying pan with the uncooked side facing down, then crack an egg and separate the yolk from the white. Pour the egg white into your heart-shaped template until it's about 3/4 of the way full, and then put in the egg yolk. Lower the heat and cook for about 15 minutes until the white is completely cooked through, then serve. The heart shape you cut out earlier works great for dunking into the yolk. If you don't like fried eggs, then this is how to make heart-shaped boiled eggs. First, bring the water to a boil, either in a saucepan or in a kettle if you have that luxury. It's important that the water is boiling before putting the eggs in, as this will prevent the egg from sticking to the shell and thus making peeling easier. Keep the heat high to keep the water at a boil and add a pinch of salt so that the eggs don't crack and leak into the water. Carefully lower the eggs into the water, preferably with a spoon and not your bare hands. Hard boil for 10 minutes. You want a semi-firm yolk at least for this to work. This infographic on screen now may help you decide how long to cook your egg for if you're not sure. While the eggs are boiling, cut out a rectangular piece of card either from a cereal box or from a juice carton. Then fold this in half to give a V shape. You'll need this later. Once the eggs have boiled, remove them from the pan and cool them just enough to handle by placing them into cold water. Then peel the shell and place your eggs into the V-shaped card with the yolk side facing up. The yolk can be found by gently pressing on the sides of the egg to find the side that's slightly harder than the others. In some cases, if the yolk is close enough to the surface, it may be visibly darker as well. Place a pencil, a chopstick, or something similar on the egg and apply just enough pressure for it to make a dip in the top. Then hold this in place for about 10 minutes, or you can use an elastic band, a hair tie, or even some tape to secure it in place. After 10 minutes has passed, cut it open and see how badly you screwed up. Seriously, this took me like 3 eggs to get right for one reason or another, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to get right. This is the finished product. You can add sauces into heart shapes, or you can just leave it as it is. Now you can give this to your partner for a lovely romantic breakfast in bed, or you could just open that bottle of whiskey that you've been saving and just sit and eat it on the sofa watching Netflix in your underwear. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.